First of all, we all know that teenage pregnancy is a stressful experience, and many people would agree that it would be sensible for a pregnant, unmarried teenage girl to seek advice from a responsible adult. But not all teenage girls are fortunate enough to have supportive parents. Parental notification may make girls vulnerable to physical and emotional violence. And as RJ said, that first of all, common sense. Well, common sense also states that parental consent is not legally necessary to have a baby, nor should it be. The ultimate authority over whether to have a baby must be the baby's mother, not its grandparents. It is ridiculous to say that someone is old enough to have a baby but not old enough to have an abortion. That seems more common sense to me. He also says that they are not mature enough. Well, a research by Hirschach and Koch, who are two Planned Parenthood researchers, say that they have found that age has been found to be negatively associated with whether minors voluntarily tell the parents of their abortion plans. Hirschach and Koch also found out that higher maturity ratings were negatively associated with informing parents of the abortion. There is a study that they conducted, and it shows that girls who are 14 years of age, 90% of them told their parents about it because they personally felt that they weren't mature enough. Then the girls who were 15 years of age, 74% of those cases told their parents. Girls who were 16, 51% told their parents, and girls who were 17, only 50%. So obviously these girls know when they are mature enough to tell their parents not, and the older you are, the older girls were telling less because they felt more mature. So they know their maturity level. And there are good reasons for them not telling their parents of pregnancy, because parents who are opposed to abortion may force their daughters to continue with a pregnancy against her wishes, even at a risk of her life or health. And disclosing that you're pregnant not only is saying that you want to have an abortion, but it's saying that you're sexually active, which in many cases is completely against the parents' religion or their beliefs. So the girls, they will get kicked out of the house, they will be beaten, they will be disowned, which is far worse than having an abortion. And RJ also said that health reasons that it's not safe. Actually, having an abortion within the first trimester is 24 times safer than actually giving birth. Now, actually having parental consent makes the process longer, so that's actually more dangerous to the child, because every week that you wait, it's more dangerous to have an abortion. So without parental consent, if you know you do not want to have this child, you're going to go right away to the clinic and say, I don't want this, I want an abortion. But if you have to tell your parents about it, it's going to take a few more, you're going to have to grow some guts and tell your parents, like, I am pregnant and I need an abortion, and then that whole process takes longer and longer, and it becomes more and more dangerous. So actually health risks are worse with parental consent. Here are some health statistics. According to the American Medical Association, like I said before, teens are 24 times more likely to die from childbirth than from illegal abortion. And however, the risk of death or major complications increases week per week. And Judge Nixon of the District Court in Tennessee said that even under the best of circumstances, the judicial waiver, which is another process of abortion, would take 22 days to complete, a significant problem. 22 days is another 22 days that the child has to wait to have an abortion. So obviously it's much safer without parental consent. And now that the fact that it's going to have like physical and emotional effects towards the mother, well, that's almost irrelevant, because this actual law should not affect girls who have stable and well-brought-up homes, because if you brought up your child in a way where they're not afraid to tell you that they're pregnant, then you don't have to worry about it. This law does not even relate to you. This law affects the percentage of girls who do not have stable homes, who are afraid to tell their parents. This is who it affects, and this is who it should be for, not for the ones who can tell their parents. And there is, according to Planned Parenthood, 61% of minors who had abortions discussed their plans with at least one parent before undergoing the procedure. And of those minors who did not inform their parents of the abortions, 30% of them had a history of violence in their families. And they feared the occurrence of violence or were afraid of being kicked out of their homes. So once again, parental consent is not the way to go. And like I said before, obtaining parental consent imposes a delay into the abortion process. And just the fact that they have to go up to their parents and tell them is not always a good thing, because, like I said before, you can get kicked out, you will be beaten, and a lot of times parents will force you to have an abortion when you want to keep your child. You should not be forced to give an abortion, to have an abortion, or to not have an abortion. It's your choice. It's the mother's baby. It's not the grandmother's child. And if the grandmother doesn't want to deal with having to take care of it, then they don't have to, because it's not their child. It's the mother's child. And it's the mother's choice whether or not she wants to give birth or not. And it's not more dangerous. Abortions are not dangerous. They're safer than actual childbirth. And it's a lot more common sense to not have parental consent.